Welcome to the Worship Keys podcast. My name is Carson Bruce. We talk all things music theory, gear, industry, and ministry for your worship keys playing. I'd like to thank Aerospace Audio for being a sponsor of this episode. They create unique, incredible, high-quality atmospheric drone pads to be used for your worship services, productions, songwriting sessions, whatever it may be. And they have an analog, physical drone pedal that they call Atmosphere. There's actually a version 3 out. They also have a MIDI in capability, so you can work in tandem with Ableton Live or any other DAW that you have to be able to control everything through that ecosystem. Or if not the physical analog pedal, they also have an iOS app that you can run the pad straight from your iPhone or iPad. It's called AeroPads. Definitely check them out, aerospaceaudio.com. And let's get into today's episode. All right, Jay Taylor, welcome to the Worship Keys podcast, man.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, man. I'm glad to be here, man.
It's great to actually have you in person, because the first time I met you, I was running sound and you were on the keys, bro, and you were killing it.
Man.
CJ and the Fellas,
Yep.
Or actually later known as CJ and the Fellas, but just CJ O'Neill, Corey O'Neill Jr. is where I met you, and it's been probably 7 or 8 years ago now, man.
It might have been even longer than that.
Even longer than that.
Yeah, I feel like
You
I
were a
met you
teenager,
when I was
right?
probably like 16. Well, yeah, 16, and I'm turning 25 this year. So
Amazing,
it's been a long time.
Amazing. Well, everyone, welcome Jay Taylor to the Worship Keys podcast. If you're on YouTube and you know this guy, say, hey, I know him. He's an Alabama boy. He's from Gadsden, Alabama, if you know Gadsden.
Yep.
And you play at Love City in Birmingham. Is that right?
Yes, it's in it's going to say Forestdale, but yeah, pretty much it's Birmingham.
Okay, a little outside. Mm-hmm. I hear you. Tell us a little bit about Love City, what you do there, your role.
Okay, I am the music director at Love City. I've been in the seat since about July of last year. We just moved locations. I went into a new church as a MD, new name, very fresh. It's an adjustment, but I'm loving it. Yep,
that's awesome, bro. Mm-hmm. It's a great church, and I've seen a lot of the technology that you guys use there, a lot of the videos, the LED wall. Musicians are really dialed. Y'all are locked, bro. Like you, Trey Robinson, Jadarius up there, and I'm sure all the others. But you guys are incredible. I love Trey. He's hilarious on Facebook. Mm-hmm. If you don't know Trey, he is amazing. He is hilarious, though. There's a lot of funny stories with that guy. But he's been on the podcast before. It was the same weekend, actually, when he proposed to his girlfriend.
Wow.
In Nashville. So Jalen and them. But now they're married. So, but yeah, and Jadarius, which is Chris Brown's brother.
Right. Yep.
Chris Brown, not that Chris Brown, but yeah, Chris's brother Jadarius, incredible drummer at Love City, who's playing there. So anyway, Jay, tell us a little bit about when you started playing keys, how you learned keys. Are you more by ear, traditional? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so of course I started playing keys in church.
Yes.
I was probably maybe about 12 or 13. I started out on drums, as most church musicians do.
There you go.
But my uncle actually threw me on organ. The organist we had graduated high school and went off to college, and my uncle was like, "You gonna learn how to play organ?"
Okay, yeah.
I was scared, and I was like, I'm not trying to learn how to play organ. I want to play drums. So
right.
I sat on the front row like the next week after the guy that was before me went off to school. And he came in church. He was like, what you doing? You supposed to be on this organ. I'm like, I don't know how to play. So I was made to sit there until I figured it out. So I never had the chance to get into transpose and any of that. I had to literally just play.
Hey, it's best that way.
Yeah, right. No offense to anybody that has to do it like that or does it now. No offense.
Yeah,
but I didn't learn that way. When I was about 14-ish, I would say, I started taking organ lessons for a brief period of time, but I was growing fast, playing by ear. I didn't know how to read any music yet or anything like that. So this guy by the name of Chedrick Edwards, he's from Gadsden, killer organist. He just helped me figure out some things and piece some things together that I was struggling with along the way. Then when I turned 16, I was playing at this church in Gadsden called Abundant Life under Jalen Aaron. Shout out to him. And Jalen was the first person that I was around that he started doing things musically, and I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, dude.
I've been living under a rock. Like, I'm supposed to learn how to do this and that, and I just stuck with it. When I got to when I moved to Birmingham, I went to UAB. Moved to Birmingham in 21, and for a semester I did music technology, which required me to have to do classical training and jazz, all those things, jazz combo, just being proficient in piano, and that required me to have instructors that I had to meet goals with every week. So there was the demand for me to learn things the technical way.
Yeah.
There was no more church theory. You learn real theory. Not that church theory doesn't teach you how to play, but it will only teach you as much as you dig into it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So once I got to UAB, I would say, like, musically, my ear opened up drastically, because there was a demand for me to listen to different genres of music, or just listen to the other students and all that. So it made me want to get better. It made me dig in. It made me learn how to play my scales in the octaves, ascending, descending, contrary motion, all the things.
Man.
But I was really interested in it because it was different. And I'm a nerd. I love to read books, all the things.
Do you really, man? I didn't know you were a big reader.
I'm a big reader. So
who are some of your favorite authors? Not to get on that tangent, but
Adam Grant.
Okay.
Adam Grant. He has a couple books that I read. He has a book called Think Again, Originals. Let me see. He has a couple, but I've read probably about 3 or 4 of his books. But yeah, as far as intaking information, having to learn things the appropriate way, theoretically, it wasn't a challenge. It was a challenge because it was something different, but it wasn't a challenge that I shied away from as a musician, because I wanted to get better and I wanted to understand what I was playing, so that when I sat down to create, or when I sat down with other musicians that wanted help from me, I could explain to them what I was doing. Because sometimes I've asked people what they were playing and they couldn't necessarily explain it to me. They were showing me, but application wise, you need to be able to explain it. So I would say that growing up, like I said, I started out in church, and then it has led me here, crossing different territories, being in diverse rooms.
Totally,
yes,
man.
sir. Mm-hmm.
So good, Jay. Well, for real, I'm so glad you came up here to Nashville to record. Took a whole day just to really show us what you do in Logic, what you do for kind of pre-pro, what you do for preparing for a Sunday, what you do for maybe preparing for a live session, a studio session, that kind of thing, layering multi-tracks today. We've had a few episodes like this. We've had Josh Brown on. We've had Marcus Perry, who's at Mount Zion in Nashville. A lot of good connections. I know you know Josh and Marcus as well. Just incredible. Also, we've had Roger Ryan kind of do a similar thing. And so today's no different, guys. This is a jam-packed episode. I hope y'all are ready for an incredible episode ahead. Whether you saw some reels on Instagram, which shout out to your Instagram, tailormade.itt.
Yep.
Tailormade.it.
Yep.
It.
Full of arrangements, what you will see.
Come on.
As far as today goes, Carson has me on the time limit. So the product you get, do not judge me too harshly, because I don't typically create that fast. But I will make sure that I leave some of my best. Whatever I can give you, I'm going to leave it all out there in the given time.
Come on. Make sure to thank him in the comments if you've enjoyed any of this, or if got some inspiration or whatever. If you took anything away from today throughout this whole episode, it's going to be great. Jehovah by Elevation Worship. Why did you choose Jehovah?
I chose Jehovah because I wanted to make sure that I came on here to feed anyone that was looking for something. So I wanted to make sure I chose a song that demographically was befitting for everyone.
And we love Elevation, man.
Yeah. Everyone knows Elevation. Like, you know, you want to be able to walk into a store and know the song, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure that I left something for everyone that could tune into the episode. So
that's awesome, bro.
And also insert myself in how I would do things. Yes. Arrangements are subjective. Some people go with a more subtle approach to arranging. They don't really do too much because they may feel like it's taking away from the actual song, or it's taking too much focus away from the worship leader or the worship team.
Right.
I I think it's subjective.
Totally.
God gave the musicians gifts as well, and we want to display ours sometimes.
Come on,
So,
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
this arrangement will not necessarily be the most conventional arrangement, but it will still have great substance.
That's true. Very, very true. And by the way, speaking of time, it is a time constraint. And this stuff does take a lot of time. I want people to realize that. Maybe if you're brand new to arranging, obviously we listen to songs on the radio or at church or whatever. It might be 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever. But that took hours and days and weeks and months, really. Sometimes
you close the laptop and you come back to it because
Yep.
you want to make sure you're getting your best product out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And speaking of time, this is going to be a 2-part series, and we weren't sure if we're going to do a 2-part series or not, but I think this warrants it. So you guys are about to see him start from the bare bones, literally just like dragging the song, find the BPM, get a loop going, and then start layering, start making arrangements. Yep. And you'll find out along the way too. I think you'll probably try some things and then decide to just scratch it.
Yeah, all the time. That's a part of the process. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, I got an idea, and I'm like, I don't really like that idea. It's not really meshing with the ideas that I had already laid and committed to. So sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board, and nothing's wrong with that. Yeah. Because you, as a creative, you're gonna have millions of ideas, and you have to put them all together. Yeah. And sometimes ideas don't quite connect with the prior leading idea. But, stick to it and you'll get something. You'll get something out of it. Just 100%. Don't shy away from recording what you hear. Trust yourself.
100%. Well, Jay Taylor, music director of Love City Church and independent producer, keys player, organist, bassist, drummer, multi-instrumentalist. So talented. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Well, thank you.
I'm about to get out of the way and you take it away. So guys, y'all enjoy. It's going to be a long one. Stay as long as you'd like to, and then definitely tune in for next week as well. So let's get into it, bro.
Yes, sir. Like either the mesosphere or the troposphere.
Yeah, troposphere seems to be a really popular one.
Yeah, it's not too heavy, but it has enough weight to where you can leave it by itself, or it can make you feel like something's present. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Today we will be making a live arrangement to Jehovah by Elevation Worship. Usually before I start my arrangements, the first thing that I do is I would always make my own metronome. Just use the Logic cowbell. Nothing's wrong with Logic's metronome. I just prefer to hear my own. So we will do that first. But yeah, one essential thing that I would say, buy a key command layout for whatever DAW you work out of. It helps you get things done quicker on the fly. Very essential. Drag it up here, get it out the way. We will start with a drone. Carson has this new gadget that he told me about. It's my first time using it. It's real cute. It has a look to it. Nice black. You can change your keys, change your volume. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different settings that you can use. So we're going to use that. It won't be necessarily in the arrangement, but it's just to give me something, on the side while I record. So engage. Let's turn it down a little bit. We're gonna pull a loop up. So we go. All right. So Jehovah, the song starts on the 1. Do we want to do an intro? We want to keep it like the record or keep it simple? Let's see. Low latency, especially if you're about to do a big project. Go ahead and turn that on so you won't deal with any delays or anything while you're recording. Makes your life easier. got? Let's do a riser, some type of sweep to get us in. Let's stop for a second. We're gonna go over to Omnisphere. I don't know if y'all have Omnisphere 3, but you know, here lately they have changed all the libraries in these updates. Logic 12, so far I don't like it because they changed the layout of the library. I can't find anything. Omnisphere, I'm getting used to it because it's been out a little bit longer. I actually airdropped myself the old Logic off my old laptop after I updated so I could have both versions because I did not want to fight with the new version. So there's a trick for those that may not be feeling the new Logic. Let's do power. Let's see what that sounds like. I can deal with that. It has an after effect as well. So I don't think I like that one. That's cute. That's cute. Not too aggressive. It stopped when I needed it to. Yeah. All right, let's record the dummy keys just for the intro. We're just gonna play record to start. See what we got later. The Lord actually just gave me that, guys. Gonna leave that alone. One thing that I do a lot when I'm recording is I run into where if you start recording on the same piano track and you stopped in a weird place, it will sometimes the sustain will add on like you still have held it down the whole time. So I don't typically keep recording piano on the same track, especially when it's dummy keys. Of course, you want to get one good run through at the end, but it saves time if you just go ahead and download another track. If your laptop can handle it, hopefully you have enough RAM. Instead of listening to the whole intro, we're going to go ahead and... That'd been the first verse. First verse goes through twice before you go back to the chorus. No, I did not record. Shift R. Anytime you play, you did not record, because a lot of times you'll play good stuff and you won't remember what you did. I do it all the time at home. Shift R has saved my life. So yeah, as you can see that I did not record that whole thing. I just pressed Shift R and I got it all back. That was intro to verse. We got the whole verse done. Let's go ahead and drag out that so we know where we are in the song. Save you time later once you go back and start adding your layers. So chorus starts there. Let's go ahead and make that marker. So, we're at Call the Name. Those of you that know the song, hopefully a lot of people know this song. I try to choose something that everyone could get with, because you just want to be effective. You never know who's going to watch your video. So we picking up at the chorus right here. Back to the top. Yeah, that was cool. We'll do that to get back for the second verse. So we had chorus, Call the Name. Coming out of that last chorus, I don't believe the original does the All I Praise does that 715. The first time I heard it, they did that, so I just considered that to be correct the whole time, but I don't actually think that's the record. So we gonna have that today. This is gonna be correct today. So there, we will be back to the top on the music interlude with the line. Let me see. Let's see. I'm thinking, since what'll be easiest, keep moving. Go ahead and lay the rest of the song. Then we'll go back and add layering, and then we'll record the actual key part at the end. So if you're watching this now, this will not be the key part. There will not be all these rushes and flubs in there. Be patient. Yep. So we got two of those, and then we're back in the verse. Let me see. Let's say no bridge, verse. So I may need to listen to the record so I don't tell a lie real quick. Actually, line it up on the click, stem split. If you want to know if it's lined up on the click, when you can't necessarily tell that the click is on, it's on the click. If you can hear the click and you can hear the beat, the drum beat as well, you might be a hair off. So I just kind of have to hedge it over until I get it lined up directly. And if I can't get it, I don't worry about it, because some songs, sometimes the BPM counter seems like it's struggling to count the BPM, Yeah. So when I see that struggling, I just go ahead and head over to Ableton. And as soon as you actually place the track on the Ableton DAW or whatever, like, it will find it. And sometimes it'll be some type of crazy decimal like 0.73. But I just drag it back out, throw it in Logic, and set the BPM correctly, and we're good to go. We got our stem split down for sake of trying to make sure that we are on the correct format of the song and not adding or taking away any parts that are supposed to be there. Of course, if you're doing an arrangement for your church, you can go in whatever order you want to, but today we're going to try to be correct. Back to verse. Okay, so we're in that second verse. Say for instance, we want to give the band a little moment. The record is going to go back to the 1. So the melody in the song is what could we do? Not that 6. It's a little too jazzy for me today. So say we so 5, 4, 3. Yeah, I like that. What did I just do though? I don't remember. We should have recorded. We can't shift record that one because it's gonna be in the weird spot. It'll come back. That 1. 4, 6, 4, 3. That's like in my head. Theoretically, I'm kind of thinking like a minor 4, but I just move my bass up to that. Move my bass up that 3rd in that chord. 1, 3, 5. So bass is for that, and then we're going back down. So that's A flat 6 9. There's a 6 9. So coming out of that, line, and then we got to get out of Jehovah. Yeah. Okay. We'll do that. I don't think I recorded. Record, Jay. Let's see if a shift R will save us. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right. I like that. So what I did there, 4, 3, and then that. Play the major 3. I didn't add. Don't add that. Don't do that. Go to the 6, 4. We did a line from the 5 to a 5 using C sharp scale still. Oh no, we did to the 4. I'm sorry. And then I think we did a 6 3. Back to the 1. Subjective. That might be too much for some. I like to play what I feel, giving respect to the song. Give a little space where it's due, of course, because the song is not about the musician or the band ever. You know what I'm saying? It's about Jesus. But you know, Jesus gave us a gift too. So sometimes we want to, show, hey, this is what we did with our talent. Okay, so we'll go back and clean that up. Incomplete thought, because it came to me right there in a moment. We're going to clean all that up, though, especially when we get to the layering. So we'll do all that to get to the bridge. Yeah. Sometimes I just start playing and stuff just come to me. Shout out to Chris Brown. That is like one person that I have seen just call random numbers on the fly. Like, keep your head up if you're ever on a gig with Chris Brown and he's MDing, because he'll call something that you didn't think of, and you better know the chord or you gonna sound a mess. So shout out to my brother. Fight your battles. And I'm not gonna say no more lyrics because I'm gonna mess them up. Hold on. I think I like that. That was a good setup for the backgrounds to come in. As far as arrangements go, I'm always thinking of setting up where I'm going or what's going to happen next. So if your praise and worship leader is not really that familiar with the arrangement for that Sunday, maybe they didn't study their music, you know. Sometimes you can save them. However, it is their responsibility to know their tunes come Sunday morning. But you know, sometimes the band can set up what's happening next to let everyone know, hey, something's coming. Like, sometimes, you know, as a background vocalist, they might get into the song, start bobbing their head, say the drummer doing this thing, the bass player doing this thing. They really digging the band. And they forgot, hey, I need to pull my mic up and get ready for this next part. Maybe something in the arrangement can set them up and let them know, hey, this is the part where I come in and sing. Yeah, so that would be that section. I did not record it, so we're gonna shift record again. I always do this when I make arrangements, and I don't apologize because Logic created something for me not to have to worry about when I do that. Setup was B major 7. I think I did to the 6, but I played it like a sus 4 chord over it. So and you can do anything on that. You could literally instead of playing that B in the bass, you could you could 5 4 2 6 1. You know what I'm saying? But we're not here to do all that today. We making an arrangement. I ain't gonna get too technical on what's happening, but you know, there's some context for where my mind is going, I would say. So backgrounds is being. Okay, so that was another setup. In my head, backgrounds are going to 3 parts. The first setup was for them to come in unison. Second setup, 3 parts. We here. From there, it's about the build. So when I start layering, that's when you may pull up those arpeggios that are happening in your background or anything, however you create it. You need to let me know that, hey, this music is building. We're about to get to the vamp. You know what I'm saying? Something has to always be happening to bring the moment. Make sure that the moment is directional. Don't just play and I can't tell where you're going because I'm going to get sleepy. You know, you don't want the crowd to get sleepy. But this is the part where I said you can make your own arrangement. So when we first got into the bridge, the worship leader went first. First setup was the background vocals to come in unison. Second setup was 3 parts. Let's say. Leave it open. All right, now we in the build. it though. So we back out. So got kind of crazy. I was thinking my mind was going everywhere, start just getting a lot of changes and stuff. But one thing about the dummy keys is meant for all your flubs, always. So like I said, don't shy away from when you listen to yourself and it does not sound that hot while you're creating, because if you get stumped there, you might just scrap your whole creation. It's like, man, I'm not a good musician. I can't play clean all the time. Please stop. Okay, so now that we have this dummy keys laid, we will go and get ready to start layering. Typically, I start with honestly start anywhere I want to, whatever I feel first. Today, I am feeling like that one is kind of moving a little bit slower than what I need it to. Let's turn the release down. Yeah. So you want that. We're gonna turn our handy dandy Atmosphere ambient pad, shout out to them. Turn it on just for context, and so I won't be irritated listening to these keys while I'm layering. Let me see what we got. Oh yeah, I messed up. Oops. Not liking the way this is responding. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's responding late from when I'm switching the notes. We're not gonna use that one. Let's try. Yeah, and then I made a note to turn down layer B. Probably gonna end up going another route for the pad that is a little bit more dry. It has the weight. You want weight, and then you want something to cut through your mix a little bit. Because really, in the beginning of the song, you don't want keys dominant. If you're going for authenticity, I mean, you know, where you're at, it may vary as far as like your church and how y'all usually go about the sound that you're creating. But for me, if it was up to me, like at my church, I would say that if I was on main keys, I would not really be doing much playing in the beginning of the song once the verse starts, of course. So we're gonna record this pad. Just start over. I'm gonna mute this other one for now. All right, cool. I really still didn't like that cut, but I'm not going back right this second. But I am going to make one alteration because I was jumping around chords because I was listening. So really with your pads, when they're moving in the front, you really want to try not to jump your chords. So it's like if I play, I need that the whole time. Well, I move. You know what I'm saying? Just that one change. Nothing else needs to change. Because that's for support. So that's necessarily not going to be the most out front thing in your mix. So for support, you need it minimal as possible, because the keys will do the moving, depending on how you play. Because sometimes keyboard players will literally just do the same thing. But that's may not necessarily always be the case. But as far as your arrangements and what's supporting you, you want to keep that out of your way as much as possible. So we're going to go back and record that. All right. And when I do stuff like that, I don't sit here and just hold it out that long. I'm going to record how much I need, and then we going to copy and paste what I need. Well, honestly, don't copy and paste. Quantize it so you can make sure all your notes are changing correctly and all the things. Then loop it for what you need. Copy and paste sometimes can make your sound stop, but looping it can do it as well, honestly. It's just subjective. Once you getting more accustomed with the sound, I actually have not used this sound that many times. I kind of just found it when I was scrolling through trying to see what I was thinking about using. Yeah. All right, so there, in the middle of that lick, here, that's fine. But when we hit that 2, we want the room to get still. You don't want your well, particularly for me on this one, I don't want it to linger that long. So yeah. Because we're going somewhere, we want to make sure we bring the song down. And then also creating your arrangements out like that. When you send it to your band, it makes it more obvious. Whereas in your cues, you don't have to put like, calm down or something like that. If they hear the intensity, the dynamic of the music change, they'll know, okay, I need to back off here. Music can talk without a talk back, without the cues in your track. If you're playing the songs how you need to play them, it's not too much leading you got to do when everybody knows the material. Now, if people don't know the material, then, that's a whole different conversation. Those pads are getting in the way. And what I typically do when I don't want to change the pad because I like it, but it's getting in the way of a certain section, I'll just convert it into an audio file and cut it when I need silence and add whatever I need to make up that space so I don't lose weight in the arrangement. Because you want your arrangement to have enough in it, enough layers, which hopefully we get to demonstrate that today. You want to have enough layers to where you can turn the arrangement on by yourself and your band doesn't have to play, and your singers can sing with the arrangement and feel like everything's there. Of course, minus you may not have drums or, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you want to have enough in it to where it's sustainable and everybody knows what's happening musically. Okay, something's lingering. But what we'll do, let's go ahead and make this into a bus, because I'm probably going to I put all my arrangements in a bus. So to make a quick bus, you're going to do Shift Command D, summing stack. Summing stack is going to give you more control than the other option. I can't remember what it was right off the top of my head. I never use it. So we're going to put this as pads. All right. So probably would go on. And leave it open. We'll catch the one somewhere else. Here we go. Yep. I like that. So, yeah, that one. So, yep, set that one up. Okay. I'll typically drag my drones all the way throughout the whole track and cut them where need be if I need to, if I need some space, need some silence or whatever. But typically I'm gonna, yeah. Okay, I know what I gotta do. Mute those keys. I need a pad. I'm probably just gonna do some string stuff. Just call it a day. No. We'll do a pad. We can go back to Omnisphere. Just record this 401. So we're gonna let this pad be our support pad, of course, with the drone, but that will cut out all that movement in the beginning from keys. So we won't bring that back in until we get to verse 2. Or the band break, I'm sorry. Okay, so here we're going to chorus. We're going to record the pad for the chorus. Okay, cool. So since we're back at the music interlude, what you want to do is take those pads that you use, those pulsating pads that you use in the beginning of the song, and add those back in, because that interlude is for the band. So you're gonna want weight there. So. Okay, cool. So same thing there. When we get here, for the setup, we have to cut these pads. So all right, so those are the setups there. We'll record the line from the record. Okay. Yeah, if you're interested in the O'Neill patches, I do apologize. I don't know where you can find them. I have them. A lot of people have them. I don't know where they came from exactly. And I apologize to whoever created these, because a lot of people have the sounds and they probably came out wrong. But hey, okay, I'm sorry. Great. Okay, keep doing it. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do another take of that. I couldn't hear, honestly. And then we gotta maybe that for that walk down. Let me see. Yeah, I really do a lot of fancy ear candy stuff with my leads. Just cause. So we got. We're gonna go back, do another take. It happens. So, what do I want to do? Something. We'll get it this time around. That'll work. This is a go-to for me. Sorry, it's another O'Neill. Can't help you out there. But we're gonna use that. It's called Warm Brass 3. No, 1. Let's do 1. It's real warm. I mean, given the sound, warm saw brass. You got. Yeah. Let's go back. Let's see. No. I can deal with that. So we just literally gonna copy and paste this and go with it. Yeah, you just tuck that under because it might be too bright for certain sections. Now we about to start cooking with fish grease. I'll just say fish. So I'm liking this section. I'm starting to like it. Let's add something that I do in like almost all of my arrangements. Sign delay. I didn't hear it, but I think I played it right. Yeah, I can deal with that. And I typically double those send one left, send one right. So we'll go ahead and do that. So I gotta play against that line. I play against a lot of the lines that I create. Some say that it can make it sound busy. Subjective, once again. Yeah. I couldn't hear. Once again, let's see. It might have been cool though. One downside about, not downside, let me not say that. Someone that's a product. Turn your O'Neill sounds down when you first load them in because they can be very loud. Yeah. All right. So in full context, that spot. Cool. Back to leads. That's a big line there, that walk up. So now it's time to bring out some of your more impactful lead sounds. Are we going to stay with O'Neill? Let's see, do I like those together? Nah. Let's do just. Okay, I'm actually not feeling that. I got you though. We are currently laying lead sounds for this live arrangement of Jehovah by Elevation Worship. Just kind of just going in and seeing what comes to me as I go. Yeah, we are in the second verse currently. Let's turn it up a little bit. I keep messing myself up, not making sure I can hear. That was a good one. That was a good take. Yeah, that'll complement that pretty well. So we'll do golden lead with this tri lead. Alright, so that wasn't loud enough. So then another thing I do with my lead sounds is when I'm recording, I try to make sure that I'm on the, like all my walks up, I try to make sure they're right on the grid. But another trick to make sure your stuff is connecting is just to go and expand the tails of these notes. Especially, when you're trying to move fast, sometimes you tend to not hold certain notes long enough. Let's listen to that and see what it sounds like. I can deal with that. All right, about to give away one of my go-tos. Gonna head on over to our Roland stuff in the D50. If you don't have Roland Cloud, it's a very good purchase. Very good investment you should make. Let's just keep going with this. So let's delete that slur, bring you up. Yep, okay.
keep that 1. Do I like this? We can edit it a little bit. Just to get some movement going in the background of the arrangement, because we still at the bones of it right now. Adding that one thing made it sound like I had did so much work, but it was literally something so small as adding the ARP. But I try not to add my ARPs too early because it can almost make it seem like your arrangement is more complete than it really is, and if you cut your ARP off, you really don't have anything there. You know what I'm saying? So I try to refrain from adding. I just did it right now because it made me feel better, honestly. And another thing, I don't always move the same when I'm adding my pads in. I don't always move the same as I did on keys as far as inversions and all that go, because you really don't need it. You don't have to have it, because it's like, in a way, the change I did was subtle, but the way I voiced it with keys made it sound like a wider progression, but it really was right there together. Let me see. So we got... So I moved way more, but for the pad, I only played a 6, 5, 4. And then we pushed to the 2, but I kept the same 4 chord because like the 4 and the 2 share. For my theory people. Yep. So actually, I don't know how they recorded twice, but it looked like this take might have been cleaner. No. Fine, we'll leave it. That's when we start moving from the 3 to the 4 to the 5 to the 6. I'm so glad that we're getting closer to the end, guys. I really am. And then even when I got to, I think I'm going to keep that 3, that major 3. I pretty much was playing that 1 chord, and I played it, and then I inverted it up, and then I drug, you know what I'm saying, kind of made it like a F augmented, and then I went to the 4. But I would say when you recorded your pad, that's not necessarily necessary to go incorrect. You can leave it because it's not going to do anything but cause dissonance for real. I would say. So, like, you can, let me see. So, yeah, it works depending on how you voice it. So if you're playing if you don't have a 1, if you don't have a root too far on the bottom, you can move up to the A natural with leaving, because I still got the A flat up here. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion. So we're there. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just delete it so I have a foundation for the rest of the song. I'm going to go ahead and go to the vamp and finish recording this pad. Okay, never mind. No. We started doing a lot there, so we won't go back and edit it later. We need to go as we recorded it initially. See, I have so many. One thing that I struggle with, creatives, let me know if y'all struggle with this too. Sometimes I have so many ideas going through my head that by the time I listen to what I did, I forgot that I did it because my mind is completely in a different place. I struggle with that in my creativity. That's one struggle I've always had since I was young. When it came to creating, having so many ideas that it's hard to commit to one, and then you start judging the idea, and maybe this idea isn't good as this one, maybe it isn't good as that one, and sometimes it just caused me to literally just not do nothing. I'll scrap the whole project. Like, I probably have so many projects in my laptop that I'm not feeling this idea no more, and I went on to the next one. I'm gonna tell y'all like people tell me, open the project up and finish it. I'm gonna make a decision to leave my pad alone, and because I still have my drone going, but because there are so many changes happening in your chords, sometimes it's best to just leave a pad out there, like, because when the band is moving, because the bass will have to do all these changes along with the drum setting it up, you don't necessarily need the support of a pad, because you're literally not going to remember that it was there by the time you start doing all those changes. At this point, we having fun, you know what I'm saying? We getting ready to go out of the song, everybody's leaving it all out there. You sweating at this point, The way I work through my arrangements is very unorthodox. As you can see, I have a lot of space going on in here as I've just continued and went on to the next idea. It's okay to work like that. You don't have to work your arrangements with any type of uniformity, because like as the ideas come, you need to go ahead and get them laid down, because you're going to forget. You could forget. You may not, but I will forget. So I'll just go ahead and just I move through it as I see fit, and then I'll go back and clean it all up and bring it all together. I kind of look at it like when I was young, we used to go on a field trip and watch a guy like paint, and he would be painting something, then he would totally mess it up, just start throwing random colors everywhere, and you'd be wondering, like, he was going somewhere, but I've lost him, and this is not going to end well. And then next thing you know, you look and it's a full picture and it's beautiful, and it's like, wow. But that's how I kind of go about my creativity and arrangements and stuff. Like, just stay locked in, stay dedicated to what you're doing in the moment, and you should end up with something great. As long as the intention was there for every part, it's going to match at some point. So just, what I'm saying, hold what you got, keep it in the road. Let the song breathe, especially if you got all this stuff that's going on in the back end. It's best to give the song some type of space so people won't come back and say, well, yeah, that was Jehovah, but I really didn't hear the song. Some people this arrangement could literally be too much for some. It's very subjective. Create what you love. I always tell people to do that, but give respect to the way the song was originally made as well at the same time. But, you know what I'm saying? Insert you into the song. So okay. We are in the bridge of Jehovah by Elevation Worship. I'm just laying some lead stuff to set up some of these hits and lead ins. Same type of approach from the beginning. so I want to set that up. So we got that. All right. Let me see. I like that. Let me see. Yeah, that's the other keys coming in. That's bothering. Okay. I think I got that clean. I couldn't really hear. Let's see. A little rush. So. How did I voice that? We're going to get ready to start laying some bells and stuff, start bringing this together. We're going to bring it home. I usually lay my bells last because I don't like to just lay bells all over a track. First bell I'm going to lay is this outro, though, when we hit this one, because we're done. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go. We'll add that. Okay, I'm gonna add all the bells that I'm gonna use first, and then I'll record, so I don't have to stop again. Yep. And let's do one more bell out of Omnisphere. Back to O'Neal once again. Shout out to O'Neal, whoever O'Neal is. Let me see. Yeah, really loud. There it is. Yeah, nice bells. Let me see. Okay, let's just copy and paste this here. We will add in our sweeps right now as well. Alright, so yeah, real pretty. Alright. Little space right there. Perfect. That's a bell spot right there. Let's redo that. We can add that one in there too. Yeah. That works. So I want to go back here and just use this sound. I like that. Right, only thing I'm gonna delete is that last 1, 2 before the lick. So okay, so I want to as well, Command T, I want to pull this here, pull that art there, because the room will kind of get still on that first chorus. Well, I would make the room a little bit more still on that first chorus. The band wouldn't play here, honestly, but you need something to carry. Yeah, it gives it a little bit more body. Come on now. Oops. Lord have mercy. All right. Let me see. We probably can record all of them together. Let's go back. Okay. See, I forgot my own arrangement again. It happened. So here, I probably would not suggest for someone to bail that section. It could be a bit much. So maybe you could just catch those hits, do it like a hit, but of course the drummer wouldn't necessarily address that section with the rhythm of the bell, technically. No, let's do. Listen to that. Okay, let's set up that sweep since we're here. Let's not go too far ahead. With those bells, these like fall-in bells, I would kind of say I just copy and paste them. I don't keep recording them. Yeah, just so it'll line up, I'll just record it for now. So we'll do another. And then with your bells, I try not to slur any of my notes when I play bells. Like, so for context, like don't do that, because it's not meant for that. The bells are meant to punch through your mix. So if you slur them, it's just going to make your arrangement sound very immature. In my opinion. Now, that's subjective. Arrangements are subjective. Anything that you create is subjective. Mess that spot up again. Drag that down because that was supposed to be a 2. No, it wasn't. There it is. Let's see. We need some movement there. Yep. Yeah, I like it. So let's go to the bridge. I messed up my doggone arrangement view, but it's fine. So that spot, we're building a song. So let's see. I like that. Yeah, I like that one. Right before. One more take of that. Yep. Spots like that, I like to actually keep the same thing I did. No, not like that. So when we get back out of there, we're going back to the same section. So what I do is I copy and paste what I recorded the first time, and I actually stack the sounds. We'll give away one more Omnisphere thing. I'm going to try to challenge myself to one take when I record bass. Yep. Let me see. I think it's another one. Yeah, I want to do that. So, here we go. All right, so we'll use this sound for this walk down. Yeah, use that sound for the walk down. Let's take that, turn that octave down on the right side. Yeah. Okay. There's a sound in Logic called Sparkling Stars that I like to use. All right, so instead of let's change that. I'll tell you what. All right, so today we got started on creating Jehovah by Elevation Worship. We are running out of time, so we're gonna have to end the episode here, sadly. But good news is we will be back for part 2 next week, and that episode will include me finishing as much as I can with that time. So y'all be good, y'all be easy, stay blessed, stay prayed up. See you later.